Now let's get started. Once upon a time in a faraway land, there was a girl named Roma. She lived with her parents and little brother. They were very poor and couldn't afford food for the family. One day, Roma found a magic lamp on the street. She rubbed it and out came a funny-looking genie. "Thank you for releasing me from the lamp," said the genie. "I will grant you 3 wishes." "Oh, I want my family to have everything they need," said Rome. The first wish was granted. Her family had everything they needed, even a big house. "For my second wish, I want to go on an adventure." The second wish was granted. Rome traveled to magical lands full of adventures. But after a while, she got bored. She wanted to go home. But when she returned, Rome saw a sad sight. Her little brother had fallen into a deep sleep. He had a terrible illness, and the only way to wake him up was to bring the flower of life. It grew in the magical land where Rome had been on her adventure. "This is my last chance to save my brother. I hope I can find the flower of life," thought Rome. She knew the journey would be dangerous. So before leaving, she called her friends. "Friends, I need your help. Please come on an adventure with me." Her best friend, Kiko, was a kind and brave lion. He was always ready to help his friends. He didn't hesitate and immediately agreed to help her. On their way, they met Kiki, a smart parrot who loved solving mysteries. He joined them too. But soon they encountered Baba Yaga, a terrible witch who tried to stop them with her magic. Rome used her magic staff to protect herself and her friends. Together, they defeated the evil witch. They were so happy that they decided to visit Kiki's homeland. There they enjoyed beautiful landscapes and delicious fruits. After resting a bit, they continued their journey. Along the way, they met a wise old turtle. "Oh, you look tired, children. Let me take you to my home," said the turtle. "You can rest for a while there." But the next day, the turtle revealed his evil plan. He wanted to eat Rome and her friends. Luckily, Kiki pecked the turtle's eye and Rome hit him with her magic staff. The animals finally managed to escape from the turtle and they continued their journey. They went through thorny bushes and over tall mountains until they reached the magical land. Here everything was bright and beautiful. And in the center of the land, there was a huge tree with golden apples. It was the tree of life. One of its apples was the flower of life that Rome needed to wake up her brother. But the tree was guarded by a terrible dragon. It breathed fire and smoke and scared all the animals away. "I'm not afraid of you," said Rome bravely. The dragon laughed loudly. "You are such a tiny girl. How can you defeat me? Don't underestimate me. I may be small, but I'm brave and quick." Rome dodged the dragon's attacks and he became very angry. "I'll blow you away with my breath." But Rome jumped over the dragon and grabbed one of the golden apples. The dragon was stunned. "How did you manage to steal the fruit? You're just a little girl." "It's not size that matters, but courage and quick thinking," said Rome. The dragon couldn't believe it. A tiny girl had outsmarted him. When Rome returned home, she gave the apple to her brother. It immediately turned into a beautiful flower and woke him up. He was so happy to see his sister, all thanks to her bravery. The family was very grateful to Rome for saving her brother. She had proven that even a small and seemingly weak person can accomplish great things if they are brave and smart. Once upon a time, a little bunny named Pudge lived with his mom in a cozy burrow under the roots of an old oak tree. Pudgy loved playing outside. Every morning when the sun peeked through the leaves, he would hop out of the burrow and start exploring the forest. One day, Pudge met a grumpy badger named Bruce. "Hey, you almost stepped on me," Bruce snapped. "Oh, I'm sorry," said Pudge, a little scared. Bruce grunted and disappeared into his hole. Pudge shrugged and continued on his way. He suddenly heard a loud crash and saw Bruce lying on the ground with a broken leg. "Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to scare you," said Pudge worriedly. "I'm here to help." "Help?" Bruce grumbled. "I don't need your help. I'm too tough for that." But Pudge knew that Bruce was actually a softie deep down. He sat beside the badger and said, "I know you're scared, Bruce, but we can get through this together. I'll bring you some water and berries." Bruce sighed. "Okay, but don't think I like it." Pudge hopped away quickly. Every day Pudge visited Bruce and brought him food and water. One day he asked, "Can I help you do something else?" "Well, actually, yes, you could bring me some juicy worms." Okay, said Pudge, feeling a bit disgusted. After a few days, Bruce's leg was almost fully healed. Thanks for helping me, Pudge. I owe you one, Bruce said. No problem, Bruce. Friends help each other, replied Pudge. The next day, however, when Pudge arrived at Bruce's burrow, he saw that the entrance had collapsed. He quickly called for help. Soon, all the animals gathered around the burrow. We need to dig out the entrance as quickly as possible, said a wise old owl. All the animals started digging, but the entrance was very narrow. I'm too big to fit in there, said a strong young bear. Don't worry, I'll fit in. It was Pudge who volunteered to go inside. Are you sure you won't mind being trapped in there, Pudge? Asked his mother worriedly. I'm sure, said Pudge. He squeezed through the narrow opening. Inside, it was dark and stuffy. Pudge sniffed the air. Bruce, are you okay? Can you hear me? Over here, said a faint voice. Pudge crawled over and saw Bruce lying on the ground. Grab onto my back, said Pudge. Bruce did as he was told, and Pudge pushed himself against the entrance until it collapsed and a ray of sunlight lit up the burrow. The animals cheered when they saw Bruce safe and sound. We did it, everyone. We saved Bruce. Thanks to you, Pudge. You're a true friend, Bruce said, licking Pudge's head. Pudge blushed, but then he noticed that his fur was ruffled and his ears were torn. Oh dear. What happened to me? I'm sorry, Pudge. It was my fault. I didn't realize how much dirt I had piled on top of me and it all fell on you. It's alright, Bruce. We're friends, remember? Friends help each other, said Pudge. Bruce felt very ashamed for what he had done to his friend. I'm sorry, Pudge. Let me treat you to some yummy berries. Okay, said Pudge, smiling. He forgave Bruce easily because true friends always do. Once upon a time in a dense jungle, there lived a young monkey named Milo. He loved swinging from tree to tree and playing with his friends. One day, Milo was swinging on a vine when he heard a strange sound. Who's there? Show yourself. Startled, Milo looked around, but he couldn't see anyone. Hello, said a tiny voice. Milo looked down and saw a baby elephant stuck in a muddy puddle. Are you okay? I can't get out of here, cried the baby elephant. Don't worry, I'll help you. Milo jumped onto the elephant's back and started slapping the ground with his tail. The other monkeys joined in and soon the baby elephant was free from the mud. Thank you for saving me. I'm Ellie, said the baby elephant. Nice to meet you, Ellie, I'm Milo. Ellie wanted to play with the monkeys, so she started swinging on the vines. She was very happy until she heard a loud roar. A hungry tiger had spotted Ellie. Run away, screamed Milo. He swung as fast as he could, but the tiger was catching up. Quick, jump over this river, shouted a monkey. Milo helped Ellie onto the other side, and they both escaped from the tiger. From that day on, Milo and Ellie became the best of friends. They played together every day. But soon the rainy season arrived. It poured non-stop. The trees became bare and the animals struggled to find food. It's so hard to find bananas in this weather, complained Milo one day. Me too. My family and I might not survive the hunger, said Ellie sadly. I'll help you. We'll find food together. Milo and Ellie went to the other side of the jungle. It was a long and difficult journey. They finally found a clearing with ripe fruit. Hooray, shouted Ellie happily. But then she slipped and fell. Oh, my leg hurts, she cried. Don't worry, I'll take care of you. Milo stayed with Ellie all day while she rested. The next day, Ellie's leg was still hurting. So Milo carried her on his back and brought her closer to the fruit. When they had enough food, they returned to the monkey's tree. All the monkeys and Ellie's family were very grateful to Milo for taking care of Ellie. You are a true hero, Milo. Thank you for saving our daughter, said Ellie's mother. It was nothing. We're friends, remember? Friends help each other, said Milo. Everyone nodded, knowing that friendship is the most important thing in the world. And that's the end of our story. Which character do you like the most? Write about it in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. See you later, bye.